Man, don't we just love being consistent? Yo, what's good, everybody? Hope you're having a good day or night when you're seeing this. And we're still in the consistent wave. I think this will be my third day dropping in a row. Um, on the grind, it ain't stopping. And again, it's a Bluelock topic today. Today is actually going to be a little bit different. Instead of actually comparing players, we will be comparing two play styles, right? We will be comparing Ren's Puppeteer playstyle, and we will be comparing it against his Destroyer playstyle, right? So for context, the last time he was really using his Puppeteer playstyle was U20 and second selection and third selection. Um, right now is his Destroyer style, which is his current flow in the New Eagles League, right? So instead of comparing, Ren, these forms of Ren, since if we did, of course, the Neo Eagles League one would win. We will be comparing from a general perspective, which one of these styles is better. Is controlling the field better, or is chaos and destruction better, right? So let's take into account, right? First, let's talk about the puppeteer style. Um, Ren in his puppeteer style is all about controlling the field and having the momentum. Think about it like Isagi's metavision, right? He knows the next thing is gonna happen. He's gonna control the field. Everything is in his entire plan, right? So think of it like that. So except for Ren, what makes his so impressive is that he has the physicals and everything capable to do so. But from a playstyle perspective, Ren's puppeteer style is actually pretty insane. He's able to manipulate his opponents into doing what he wants them to do. He's usually always three steps ahead, and also he's able to use his teammates' strengths to his advantage. Like for an example, he used Tokimitsu's practical infinite stamina to keep trading passes back and forth with him, which eventually led him to the penalty area. Um, he also is able to use Ryu's really long legs to do the same thing, just like Tokimitsu. It's just like he's good at using his teammates' strengths to his advantage. It's like basically, again, an Isagi comparison. It's basically like Isagi and Corona, how Isagi's using Corona's passing and playing at hotlines to his advantage for him to get to the penalty box. So instead of taking care of everything himself, he's using his teammates' strengths to attack his opponent's weaknesses, and also um having his opponent's strengths in mind, right? So once Isagi performs his direct shot, he also, like, he has that calculated. It's really funny actually, because the one time Baro was able to get the bigger step on Ren and second selection, Ren calculates that in his head and inputs that in and stops Baro the next time. So we see that he definitely learns from his mistakes with the puppeteer style. um it's pretty much about controlling the field and controlling the momentum and never letting your opponent be one step ahead of you. Uh, Even so, the playstyle's pretty versatile, right? It's pretty versatile. So with that, we can move on and talk about the Destroyer playstyle, which has been the most recent playstyle of Ren's, where it uses their opponent's strengths to break them down themselves, which is pretty insane. We get a showcase of this in U20, um, where he's able to break down all the U20 defender strengths and use them against them. The most noticeable one being when he like literally crashed into Doberman and like made him fall to the ground. And when he used the acceleration against dang, I can't remember the U20 defender name, but he uses acceleration against them. Basically, y'all get the point though. He's using these player strengths and destroying them with it. As Isagi and Ego said, he's destroying disgustingly. Um, so that style is a bit more chaotic and more individual, instead of like um, instead of being dependent, you're now independent, right? Basically, so puppeteer style is more dependent on your teammates and yourself, while the destroyer style is more independent and you don't depend on your teammates. You do everything yourself, right? So We get a glimpse at this style in U20, but we get the full showcase in the Neo Egos League when he awakens and he walls and get in the flow. Once he does this, I'm not gonna lie, he pretty much just starts 1v11ing the entire team. Um, it allows him to like kick into a completely different gear, and it's to the point where he doesn't need to control the field or pass. He can honestly just break down his opponent's strengths and destroy them with it, to the point where he had multiple ultimate goal scoring opportunities, but in the end, I guess that doesn't matter since he still scored. But that Ren is basically more independent and can dribble and can powerhouse through people with using their own strengths against them. So in the actual general perspective, which play style would be better? Now, let's look at it like this, right? For a player that's a striker, both of these playstyles are really good to have. But I will say the Destroyer playstyle, in my personal opinion, is definitely better from a striker's perspective, right? And I'm saying that because strikers do need to be somewhat independent, right? You know, you can be dependent on your midfielders to give you passes and to score, but sometimes your midfielders and your passers won't be there. So having a good sense of independent skills and being able to break down and destroy defenders by yourself is very, very useful. But from a midfielder or overall player perspective, the puppeteer style will always be favored more. You can use your teammates way more. You can get open looks. You can get your teammates open looks as well. So that kind of makes it so it's like, eh, it's a 50-50, right? It's more a situational thing. I definitely feel like it's more situational, but in always, the all around situations, you're probably gonna wanna pick the puppeteer playstyle. You can control your opponents, you can control your teammates, you can manipulate the entire field, score goals and score assists and be the ultimate game changer. Um, with the destroyer playstyle, again, not bad. I really feel like it's a close perspective, but you also gotta think about it. Would you want to be a team player that can score goals and give your teammate goal scoring opportunities and manipulate the entire field and be a step ahead? Or would you just want to be independent and just destroy opponents where, it's just pretty much ball hogging, you can destroy opponents' strengths and everything? So personally, I'd give it to the puppeteer style. Honestly, I'll probably do a lot more videos like this, comparing playstyles instead of just comparing players, since it's still a soccer anime, so you can talk about more things but just comparing the players themselves. So this was actually a really fun video to make. I honestly hope this one gets a little bit of views. But yeah, no, glad to be consistent. If you like this video, subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment on your thoughts, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.